All right, good morning, everyone. Uh, Welcome to today's webinar, Subscription Hub, the digital service aggregator for customer loyalty and growth. I'm Sahil. I'm the Chief Business Officer at Evergent, and I'll be a moderator today. So we're here to discuss how the Subscription Hub, which is a brand new joint solution offering from Evergent and Tata Elxsi, can potentially revolutionize how telecom operators and TV providers manage subscription services and drive revenue growth. The digital service aggregator is designed to enhance customer loyalty, accelerate business growth by seamlessly integrating multiple subscription offerings. With me today, I'm really pleased to have three industry experts. First up, we have Somen Ghosh Chaudhary. He's the Industry Director Media at Tata Elxsi, and he specializes in traditional broadcast and cable television transformation. We also have Sujit Janardhan Chaudhary, who's the Industry Director for Telecom at Tata Elxsi, and he brings in a depth of experience and expertise across telecommunications and mobile operators. And finally, my colleague Amresh Singh, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Evergent, and of course, our subscription management and monetization expert. Together, we'll be exploring the technology behind the subscription hub offering, the challenges it addresses, as well as the innovative solutions that are really helping reshape the subscription services industry. So we'll jump right in. My first question is for you, Somain. uh, from a traditional pay TV operator standpoint, right? Of course, there is a lot of cord cutting happening. Linear TV subscriptions are dropping anywhere between 5 to 8% annually, and that is in mature markets. It's possibly worse numbers from elsewhere in the world. But then there's another challenge, which is subscription fatigue, and consumers like you, like me, like everyone else out there are just overwhelmed managing multiple streaming services, managing multiple application subscriptions, with each has their own different interface, each has their own unique billing cycle. So how these challenges combined in together, and how they really impacting pay TV operators to rethink their business models. Would love to hear your thoughts about what's happening out there, Somen.
Thank you, Sahil, and that's a very good question. Traditional pay TV operators are at strategic crossroads. They are driven by two converging forces. Basically, one is the cord cutting, as you said, and the other is the subscription fatigue, and they are reality. These trends are not just technological disruptions; they are behavioral and economic shifts that demand a fundamental rethinking of the business model. Pay-TV operators, aggregators are evolving from content distributors to ecosystem orchestrators through subscription building. Let's call it subscription hub or sub-hub, as we call it. That's basically a business transformation model. And there are three key aspects to it. From static discounts to AI-powered personalization, bundles are now created based on user behavior, reducing churn by up to 42%. Integration across verticals, combining media, telecom, smart homes, and fitness, spanning entertainment, lifestyle, productivity services into unified offerings. Flexible monetization, the third one, introducing the ad-supported tiers, pay-per-view, and B2B, while the business bundles to diversify the revenue streams. It's basically an operational and a strategic shift also. The centralized data systems enable predictive analysis, reducing cost by up to 15 to 20%. Innovation drivers, it's a platform thinking, enabling bundling encourages the platform-based business models where multiple stakeholders co-create value. And it's built for scale. There are multiple partners can be integrated as you grow and as you do commercial negotiation, and you can offer them to your customers. And the innovation loop, the feedback from the bundled services helps define the product and unlock new use cases. So as the consumers are consuming the content, they know which is working, which is not working, and accordingly you can modify and you can take it. And third is it's a risk mitigation also. Diversity is exposure to regulatory changes and market volatility are a reality today. And the whole bundling offers basically is a risk mitigation process. And last but not the least, the market impact. The revenue acceleration bundling like ARPU by up to 20 to 30% we have seen in the market. There are examples across geo where operators have grown almost by 55% year on year. Customer loyalty, This is one of the big challenges nowadays. We have seen that with this whole bundling and double the retention rate, and the number has dropped below 10%. Market cap, the subscription hub secured 10 to 15% of the $1.9 trillion digital media market by 2030 is our estimation at this point of time. In conclusion, the combined pressure of cord cutting and the subscription fatigue are not just forcing pay TV operators to upgrade their tech stacks, they are compelling a paradigm shift in how value is created, delivered, and monetized.
Hmm. Got it.
Subscription
Got it.
bundling, the strategic lever that transforms fragmentation to opportunity, positioning operators at the center of consumers' digital life. And SubHub, just to cover last point, Sahil, uh, transform the pay TV from a content distributor to a complete digital lifestyle provider.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. No, I really love that point that you made, how the game is shifting from distribution to kind of becoming an ecosystem. And I think that is where majority of the value creation can happen, not just for the operators themselves, but for everyone else that is involved in the ecosystem, including the content and application providers as well as the subscribers.
Yeah.
Sujit, would love to get your thoughts on the from the telco side of things. Telcos they have massive customer relationships, but then they still struggle with this perception as being seen as the dumb pipes, right? Just moving around data and voice, and they have large service catalogs, but then they have a lot of friction that they face when they're trying to integrate with third party content, when they're trying to integrate with third party application providers. Based on the experience you've had working with them over the last several decades, what are some of the challenges that prevent telcos from creating more innovative bundles or cross-selling services, and how much of this is a business transformation challenge and how much of this is a technical integration issue?
Sure. Thank you, Sahil, for asking this question. Yes, I mean, over the years, we have seen globally telecoms are into a different level of digital maturity. There are digital transformation, kind of an activity happening with telecoms across the, regions that we see. Now, why this is driven through, right? Because the consumer group is asking for more and more digital enablement, right? More self-control and more digital solutions. While telcos are sitting with on a technical debt, whether their legacy systems are still, probably not in a position to onboard the new product, onboard the new services, get into those integration activities, which are very complex when it comes to legacy systems. And this whole chain of thing ultimately results into a big go-to-market time for telecoms to launch even a product or new service, right? On top of that, we are talking about bundling, right? Now, to bundle a set of products and services requires more agility when it comes to provisioning and setting those parameter backs to the CRMs and billing system today, right? Uh, Ultimately, what I'm coming down to is this is hurting telecoms to provide that cutting edge customer experience, right? We still don't see a true omni-channel kind of an experience delivered by telcos, and some of these things definitely needs a transformational kind of initiatives at telco layer, which is costly, disruptive, and it takes its own time, right? So really what is required is a over the top layer that comes and sits and ensure that they abstract the complexity and enables this kind of go to market in a faster way. And I think the subscription hub platform that we are talking about is exactly fitting into a place to abstract that complexity and enable them to go to market with a lot of innovative services and solution that customer can pick up from them. Right. That's how I read it, Sahil, today's situation.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much for those insights, Sujit. Amrish, would love to get your inputs, more broadly about what's happening in the subscription economy at large. The average consumer, like me, is juggling between 8 to 10 different subscriptions for my personal consumption. Not even talking about the ones that I have to manage for my extended family, and that essentially translates into a broken experience, It translates into a broken experience for me. It translates into extremely high double-digit churn rates for the service providers or the content providers, and it's basically not a win-win for anyone at this point of time. Uh, from your vantage point, what are some of the core industry trends in today's subscription economy, and what are service providers trying to do to kind of battle all of this?
Sure. No, thanks for asking, Sahil. Again, would echo what Soman and Sujit said, right? I think the industry is at a crossroad, and one is the industry and even the consumer, right? The consumer, that is us. What we are also seeing is the consumer has this whole subscription fatigue. Today, the world is very, I would say, the subscription business itself is very, very siloed, right? There are different operators operating it in a different model. Everybody has their own acquisition models, right? So what a pay TV and a telco providers are looking at is how do you really bring that stickiness, right? How do you create those bundles, or I would call super app together, where all these different platforms can coexist together in a very, very unified and a simplified way, right? And that's where the subscription hub, the platform, or the solution that we are working with Tata Elxsi is going to be the game changer, right? Why it's going to be game changer? Because this is going to be a single pathway where a subscriber can go and change or pick up any subscription that he wants, right? And the platform will bring in all the required agility, and agility can be launching promotion quickly, right? Like dynamic promotions. Like we just did a promotion. The festival season in India started. We did a promotion for $1 just for a couple of hours, right? And that itself could land into a huge acquisition spike, right? So with this whole subscription, how do you do dynamic pricing? How do you do dynamic promotion? How do you hyper personalize those promotions? That's what we are working towards it, right? How do we create a platform that is agile, takes care of all the complexity, the legacy that the telco and pay TV has, but abstract all of that on top of it to make it very, very, I would say, innovative solution, right? Where you can innovate, you can do a lot of A/B testing, and keep again onboarding partners, offboarding partners. So that's what we see as a very, very, I would say, the biggest trend, right? Because if they don't, like telcos and pay TVs, if they don't offer that, they know that their business models are struggling, right? And their revenues are not growing at all. So this is the only way. It's more like survival, to
Hmm.
survive, not to be innovative and creative, right? And subscription hub is the only model for them.
Got it. Got it. No, what I'm hearing is from all of your comments, there's definitely a more existential threat for any sort of service provider,
Yeah.
and how to kind of not just protect their value, but kind of keep increasing the value footprint that they have with the subscriber. Amrish, let's dig in a little bit more into chatting about Subscription Hub itself and the value proposition. Uh, so, talk to me a little bit about the value proposition of Subscription Hub, especially as it pertains to the core of the subscriber lifecycle management. And you did touch upon a little bit on capabilities around dynamic pricing, campaigns, discounts, and all of the other related areas. Tell me a little bit about what does the subscription hub do that a typical legacy BSS system that a telco might be running on or that a pay TV might have behind the scenes? How does a subscription hub compare to some of these typical legacy billing systems?
Sure, Sahil. See, again, a traditional platform or traditional BSS platform are very hardwired, right? When I say hardwired, it's very, the time to market itself is very, very challenging, Sahil. So what happens is to onboard a partner, it's usually a couple of months to a couple of years kind of project, right? So what subscription hub solves it? How do I create that whole layer of where we have aggregated list of partners, and offboarding and onboarding a partner becomes with a single click, right? How do you onboard a partner? And it can be any partner. It can be a streaming partner, it can be a fitness partner, it can be a grocery partner, it can be any kind of different business models, right? So what subscription hub allows it, from a for a telco or a pay TV provider, as a service provider, I can go onboard a partner, offboard a partner dynamically, right? So I have all those adapters built in, and not just onboarding and offboarding, right? How do I even have business models with that partners in a very, very unique way,
Hmm.
right? Some partners have a unique pricing models, unique promotion models. How do you bring all those capabilities that can be leveraged on the platform, right? It can't be just, hey, I have 4 partners and I would add ARPUs of each partner and charge one on a single bill, right? How do you bring in that agility? How I can do like unique promotions, like you buy 2 subscription, maybe you get the third subscription for free, right? So things like that. So that's what subscription hub is trying to solve from a for a service provider and from a consumer, right? From an end user consumer who's looking at that. Like for him, the biggest value is how I can really personalize myself, right? Personalize what I subscription I want, and really go to a model where I can really stick to more like consumption based subscription, right? Like I don't like a subscription, I would be easily able to kind of toggle that out and add another subscription. So bringing in all that flexibility is what subscription hub is trying to address. And as I said, right, this is going to be the most essential piece that every provider will look at.
Got it. And what does this mean for, let's say, a service provider and their legacy BSS system? How much disruption should they expect bringing in subscription hub? And what is the disruption they would expect in their existing systems?
So our goal is to not do any disruption, right? So the you can think of, we are bringing a layer on top of their existing BSS. So the existing BSS can continue being as is, right? So this is going to be a layer. You can think of like a digital layer on top of a traditional BSS, and then managing the whole life cycle. So that's how the platform is being built.
Got it. Got it. All right. Sumin, I'd like to come back to you. Get a little bit of pay TV perspective, and talk us through the capabilities subscription hub provides, especially when it comes to the storefront capabilities, branded interfaces, and especially how they're different and more comprehensive compared to a traditional set-top box setup, or a very basic OTT aggregation type of a play. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Right. One of the key transformation which SubHub is providing is for all mm, the legacy TV to the digitize or digital storefront, the unified digital storefront, which is being proposed as a part of the store, as a part of the SubHub. The traditional STBs offers limited UI flexibility in terms of static menus and poor discoverability across content silos. Subscription provides a dynamic AI personalized storefront that integrates live TV, VOD, third-party apps, and lifestyle service into a single branded interface. The storefront enables aggregators and pay TV operators to delight their customers with seamless brand experience across the whole digital ecosystems. This creates a super app kind of an experience, reducing churn and increasing engagement by up to 40%. The second key critical thing, I think, is from the marketing perspective, is the branded experience and the operator control, which the operators will have. The STPs often rely on the OEM third-party UI layers, diluting the operator's brand. The subscription enables a full brand ownership, from interface design to content curation, allowing operators to position themselves as digital lifestyle providers, not just connectivity or entertainment providers. Third, I think, is the intelligent bundling, and Amrish covered some of this, and the personalization which it provides. OTT aggregators typically offers a static bundling or a basic content grouping. Subscription Hub uses AI to dynamically personalize bundles based on householder behavior. So it's a kid, or it's a game, or it's a sports fanatic. It can have different kinds of interfaces. It can drive ARPU and uplifts of 20 to 30% based on the user engagement level. And beyond entertainment, it also opens up the lifestyle services, productivity tools in one single destination of SubHub. And the third and the last, not the least, is the operator can offer tiered bundles, so basic to elite. I think some of the things which Amrish referred to, with differentiated pricing, exclusive content, and a partner integration. It also offers seamless monetization and billing integration. I think Amrish covered some of them. The subscription supports a unified billing, ad-supported tiers, pay-per-view, and enterprise-wide level bundles, streaming monetization across B2C and B2B operators. So it has the flexibility of offering different kinds of opportunities for everything. Scalable architecture and future readiness. It's built for scale. And as I think Amrish pointed out, that as you integrate different partners, you can scale, you can grow in the market.
Right.
And the whole ecosystem is evolving. The STBs are generally hardware bound and slow to evolve, but the subscription hub is cloud native, supports 5G and 6G and edge computing, and integrates with smart home, fitness, and retail ecosystems partners. Subscription integration layer provides scalability and ease of integration in myriad of third-party SaaS providers, from entertainment, product to lifestyle application. Sorry, and It becomes basically a digital orchestrator. Uh, this proposition helps operators to scale rapidly, adapt to new services, and future-proof their complete platform. Subscription Hub is not just a UI upgrade. It's a platform transformation. It empowers pay TV operators to reclaim the brand identity, deliver hyper-personalized experience, unlock new revenue streams, reduce churn, and operational complexity. In a world of subscription fatigue and fragmented engagement, Subscription Hub is the operator's gateway to becoming a central hub in consumers' digital lives as part of the digital orchestration lifestyles. Sahil.
Got it. Got it. No, I kind of again, really love that point around helping the operators become kind of a central part of the subscribers' everyday lives, and I think that is what all the operators are really trying to do because otherwise you'll just remain, as I mentioned earlier, one of those dumb pipes and just moving around voice and data.
Very true.
Sujit, from a telco operator's perspective, right? See, service integration complexity is a very real thing. So help us understand subscription hub and kind of with the API first architecture and pre-built connectors. How does that alleviate these pains, and how is that very different from an operator trying to do all of this in-house, or getting all of this like custom developed?
Right. Absolutely. Very critical point, Sahil, right? So, telecom world, even if it's a tier three operator or tier two operators, the integration complexity is there, right? And that's where, I mean, going back to my earlier comment, if it's a digital system, still you have well-defined APIs, but if it's a legacy system, then it's more tougher to do those kind of integrations, right? So, uh, telcos are going towards AI-led architectures or API-led architectures or cloud-led architecture. There are various different flavors we keep hearing as a part of digital transformation, right? Even in a decent journey when telco have achieved a digital maturity, I think there is enormous challenge in terms of onboarding partners at a scale, managing the overall life cycles of the partner, and tweaks to their existing systems to get into the bundling kind of activities, right? Now, based on our several discussions, we still see that they have a robust product catalog, they have a robust CRM, they have a robust billing system, right? However, when I have to offer one content service, second content service, third content service, and do a bundling, I think there is a complexity that comes in where telcos, end of the day, end up spending a lot of in-house, how do I say, development to enable this bundling kind of an architecture, right? So, looking at SubHub or subscription hub that we bring in, if this complexity of defining the products, defining the bundles, and the complexity is kept out of their existing OSS BSS ecosystem, then that is going to be a biggest value proposition that we bring in, right? So essentially, what we are saying is the complexity is going to be reduced, right? Your ability to manage the customer and the customer offers and bundles is going to be elevated to a great extent, right? Your ability to ensure that customer experience, for example, there is a concept of direct carrier billing, right? Today, many customers subscribe to a one content, second content, third content separately. The cycles, are at different times, right? But with the telecom subscription hub, customer is able to subscribe in a bundled way. So more packages they subscribe together, more discount they get. So that is a consumer
Right.
benefit, right? OTT partners wants to partner with telco because they are going to get access to an enormous volume of customer in one shot, right? So there is a definite benefit for them. And look at telcos. Telcos are able to generate a new revenue stream and increase their ARPU to the altogether different levels, right? By doing this, so it's a win-win for all three. And customer experience perspective, if customer is able to say, hey, I'm going to get charged through my telecom bill in every monthly cycle instead of paying upfront for these OTT
Right.
packages or packages or any software as a service value added services given by telco. then it becomes very easy for me to manage my subscription, right? And end of the day, there is one stop shop where I go, I manage my subscription, I manage my billing, and it's absolutely visible for me, right? Cycle wise payment, and that goes through my one single comprehensive bill that I get through telco framework, right? So so you have to look at it very essential digital innovation that is going to allow monetization to a great extent for telcos. They will be able to increase that customer stickiness because customer experience is going to be elevated to a great extent, and it is going to be a differentiating service for telcos offer to their customers, right? And OTT partners who were at a tough how do I say negotiations with telcos, or probably not even coming to the negotiation earlier, are
Right.
suddenly coming to the table and wanting this partnership over, right? So it's absolutely a win-win phenomenon for everyone. I think that is the beauty of this subscription hub platform we bring in as a change maker. Sahib.
Perfect, perfect. No, I really love kind of how you put together, right? Why the pay TV operators and telcos moving towards this ecosystem play, using a solution like subscription hub from Tata, Elxsi, and Evergent creates a win-win-win. It is a win for all of the third-party content and application providers because they get access to unparalleled scale and distribution. It is a win for the subscribers from a experience standpoint, from a billing simplicity standpoint, and then more importantly from a cost standpoint because they're able to get better prices than what they'd be able to negotiate for themselves. And then finally, it is a win for the operators themselves because they're simply able to increase stickiness, increase the value footprint with every single subscriber. And I think that really is the big takeaway here. Uh, my last set of questions for all three of you, Somain, Amresh, and Sujit. We'll begin with Somain. So we had to summarize, right, from a pay TV operator's perspective, what are some of the key benefits and outcomes that they should be thinking about as they're moving on this journey from being like a linear TV operator to becoming a comprehensive entertainment or lifestyle ecosystem for their subscribers?
Right, and it's a good question, Sahil. The whole transformation challenge for the pay TV operators or legacy operators today is not just about digitizing content. It's about redefining their role in a fragmented, subscription fatigue digital ecosystem. Subscription Hub technology is purpose built to address this shift by enabling operators to evolve from linear broadcaster to centralized digital experience providers. So they move away from the whole role of just a traditional legacy providers to a completely different digital experience providers. Traditional linear TV and even basic OTT aggregators offer siloed experiences. Subscription Hub creates a single branded storefront that integrates live TV, VOD, third-party streaming apps, and more importantly, smart homes, fitness, productivity, and lifestyle services, which was just not covered earlier. This model reduces the friction, boosts engagement, and positions the operator as the primary gateway to digital life. More importantly, it offers consumer choices while remaining within the operator ecosystems. Second, the whole of the AI powered personalization. Operators can move beyond the static bundles. Subscription Hub uses AI and behavioral analytics to create personalized content and service bundles. Adopt offerings from different household profiling, example, families, gamers, sport fans, whatever you say, and you can do it accordingly. Reduce churn by up to 42% and increase engagement by 40%. Their personalization is key to retaining subscriber and increasing lifetime values. And we have seen this across operators. Flexible monetization models, unlike legacy systems, Subscription Hub offers tiered pricing, basic to elite, ad supported and pay per view options, B2B white label solutions for enterprise client. This flexibility allows operators to diversify revenue streams and maximize ARPU, which can grow by up to 20-30%, what we have seen from the market.
Right.
Also, it brings the whole operational efficiency and scalability. Subscription Hub is cloud native, enabling centralized data systems for predictive analytics, seamless integration with 5G or 6G and edge computing, scalable architecture for rapid onboarding of new services. And operators can really reduce the operational cost by 20% while accelerating innovation and building efficiency. When operators adopt this whole subscription hub, they unlock basically three key things. One is revenue acceleration. Some customers have realized up to greater than 55% growth, and we covered that. Customers loyalty, churn rate, which is one of the key issues nowadays for both TV and pay TV and telecom operators. We have put by below 10% for bundled users. Market capture, potential to secure 10 to 15% of the $1.59 trillion market expected by estimated to be by 2030. And the brand elevation, the operators shift from utility providers to digital lifestyle brands. Finally, Subscription Hub isn't just about a technology upgrade, it's a strategic enabler. It empowers pay TV operators to reclaim the customer ownership, deliver differential value, future proof their platforms in a hyper competitive market, and just expand the whole market, just not being an operator or an entertainment provider to everything, whatever is available in SaaS. And that's, I think, the market potential for the sub.
Got it. Got it. All right. Thank you so much for that, Sumin. Sujit, similar question from a telco perspective. How
Right.
does the subscription hub help magnify some of the advantages that the telcos already have, which is they have the direct billing relationships, they have huge subscriber bases, they have trusted, brand relationships. So, what are some measurable outcomes that a telco should be looking at as we think about this?
Absolutely. Thanks, Sahil. So, uh, see the way trends are going on. Each telecom service provider essentially is trying to generate a new revenue stream, right? And they are sitting on a pile of information, data, whether it is customer insights, whether it is what competition is doing, where the digital economy is going. Now, one of the question always is that how do you monetize your connectivity, right? Now, this becomes a very important tool to monetize your connectivity, right? By uh, by providing those digital services and ensuring that customers are able to access and leverage those services, right? It suddenly gives a very good options for telecom to get into this space and start monetizing their connectivity based on digital content, based on SaaS based services. Now, can they look at content hub? Can they look at a gaming hub? Can they look at enterprise hub? There can be different flavors telecom can think, right? Or this can be a single subscription hub that caters to a wide range of services that can be offered across B2B and enterprise segment, right? Obviously, the type of partners, type of relationships, type of integrations, the proposed or our subscription hub will still manage that complexity in fairly agile way, right? Without really getting into touching their existing OSS basis landscape, right? I think that
Right.
is where the main advantage lies for telcos. And end of the day, it's about brand building as well, right? So once you are in the market with such an innovative option, right, customers are going to stick with you, and brand image can be, elevated to a very different extent altogether. It really matters for telecoms in today's competitive world, right, where everyone is trying to be at par with the services and offerings they're providing. But some of these steps gives that early movers advantage, and whoever adapts to this will definitely capture more market, and hence the customers, hence the revenue, hence the futuristic subscription program. Right? That's how I'll
Got
put
it.
it.
Got it. No, no, I think that's a fantastic way to summarize it, Sujit. It's really about being the brand out there that is offering more value to the subscribers in exchange for their relationship. And I think if you can continue being that brand in the short term, in the long term, then the subscribers will want to stick around with you versus keep hopping around. Uh, uh, Finally, coming over to you, Amresh, from your perspective, right? I think what would you want to leave as like the key takeaways for all of our viewers about what value the subscription hub solution can create for a service provider?
Yes, so the way I look at it, right, so I'll again echo everything Soman, Sujit talked about. So subscription hub is like giving another new business model to our service providers, right? So service providers need to innovate and they need to adapt to new business model. Subscription hub is a platform that will enable that, right? So now how they leverage subscription hub, as Sujit said, whether they can have multiple, like it can be an entertainment hub, whether it can be a gaming hub, it can be any other hub, right? So there can be multiple sub models within that. But how do I create a model where I become a single unified store for any subscription, right? It can be anything across the globe, right? So how do I bring all that together into a single unified platform and deliver value to the partner, deliver value to the consumer, and also make sure that as a service provider, I'm able to monetize, grow my revenue, even improve my profitability, bottom line, things like that, right? Because here you're actually leveraging capability that your partners would have, right? So how do you make 1 plus 1 to become a 3, right? So that's how I look at it. Again, this is a disruption that is happening. All the service providers who are being early adopters would win the race, right? Because let's say if I like the subscription model that my service provider has, why would I look at anybody else, right? So
Right.
what is going to be is that whoever the service providers are going to be the early adopters would win the race, and that's where we are seeing like whoever the service providers who are more creative or more hunger to do digital transformation are adopting it side, and we together with Tata are supporting a lot of that, right? And we really want to help all our customer service providers to succeed in this.
Right. Thank you, Amresh, and really like to thank all three of you for being here today, Somin, Sujit, Amresh, and for sharing your insights on not just the solution offering from Tata Elxsi and Evergent, which is subscription hub, but also more importantly around what's really happening in the industry and how the changes in what subscribers expect from a service provider, from pay TV operator, are really driving all of these changes. And I think for me, it's really exciting the fact that we are finally able to bring this solution out to the wider market because we've been working together as a team, talking to a lot of service providers, and the message is very clear, right? At least what we have heard is that the operators that will continue to thrive in the next 3 years, 5 years, decade or so, they won't be the ones that are just providing the data and the voice. They or just providing like one more bundled OTT on top of their cellular plan. The winners will be the ones that will end up orchestrating the entire digital ecosystem. That will end up kind of becoming a part of the everyday life of the subscriber, of the end consumer. So, for all of our audience that's been listening in, thank you again for your time. If the discussions today they've sparked some ideas for your own transformation journey, our teams at both Evergent and Tata Elxsi are more than happy to continue the conversation. More than happy to share what we have been hearing from all of the service providers across the world that we've been talking to. And thank you for joining us today. And we look forward to hearing from you. And have a great day.
Thank you, Sahil. Thank you,
Thank you.
Amrish.
Yep.
Thank you, Sahil, Amrish, and so many. Thanks a lot.